Hi everyone, I hope you're doing fine. Had a long day today, but something happened today that is quite interesting, and I would like to share it with you. So what I want to talk about, I was supposed to continue with the second part of me finding Lyra and my awakening, and I will do that as soon as I can, but I want to share this with you because this is important, and this is something that everyone that is waking up experience, and everyone that experienced this get a very simple explanation usually. Anyway, I have not found a more profound one, and that is the ringing in the ears that happens to everyone. I have some interesting thing to say about that, and I will discuss that after. But first, I want to just share something with you, and I want to state first that this is 1 year old. This is from 2021, the 2nd of April 21. So this have no relevance when it comes to time and dates. I'm not sure I'm going to read the time and dates anyway. I'm going to read just a certain part because that part is very beautiful, and I can't read everything because some parts are very personal. And it wouldn't even be beneficial to share them. That's something that you in the future, hopefully soon enough, will receive from your guides. So I want to read this because it will give you a good insight who they are, and because when we are talking about UFOs and galactics, it's very materialistic. There is no real understanding of the difficulty of our locations, where we are in the universe, in time and space, and how that affects consciousness and spirituality and all of those things. We cannot just talk about galactic federations and speak to just anyone how we want just because we make an intention. Because if someone higher up that are more evolved than you wants to interrupt or do something, and then I don't mean evolved spiritually, but for example those that are in the fourth dimension can be very highly technically evolved, so they can stop your communication, they can alter things and so on. So this is not a simple thing where you go from Earth and you go in a rocket and you go to Lyra and you say hello to your space family. There will probably not be no one in Lyra if we went in the same time, and if we have the speed to go there, it would probably not be even inhabited. Whichever Kepler planet it is, because I don't know which of the Kepler planets it is. So I want to read this, and this is a message from my Lyran family, and it's from the Lyran Starfleet that are here. But this is 1 year ago, and I'm going to read it, and I hope you like it. We are not that what you saw. We are from another star system, another space, but we are also from the future. We are both from another space and time. We are your space family. We are your brothers and sisters from the future. We feel like you do. We dream like you do. We are much more alike than you know. The only thing is that we look different to you, but we are the same. We are your family from the past. And then there is something I can't read because that's something I don't want the negative entities to intercept. And I will talk about my experience with them today because I'm in the middle of it, believe it or not, but it's going good. And they continue here. The entity you saw is not us, and they're talking about the grays. We have blocked them out. They can no longer access you. Sorry to say is that this blocked out, it only worked for like 6 months, and then it was the opposite. And that's when I got in trouble, and I will take that. I will go in a chronological order and tell the story. because it's quite a long story. So I will do it in half an hour segments, and I will try to do them justice, and so it can be shared with humanity and everyone else that are interested, and yeah, can have some benefits from this. So in this message it conveys a lot. We are from another star system, another space, but we're also from the future. At the same time they are saying we are your family from the past. So let's say you are from the future, and you travel to your past, and you reincarnate here on Earth. So they are in your path. They are in your past. Sorry, they are in your past, but they're coming from the future, because when you left them, you were in the future, and when you re-emerge on Earth, you were in the past. So they are still in the future. So they are from the future, but they are in your past. So that's what they're telling me here. It's quite nice. And what they're describing about their looks, I can just say that I've seen many types of galactics, and I will try to go into that. But the major type is the human looking galactic. Most of them look like us, but with small differences. Even the negative ones, many of them look like us, but they look basically the negative humanoids or humanoid bodies. People that have that, they usually look more shorter and wider and more dense and very dark. You know, I can have images. I don't know where they are from, but one of them that have attacked me, they always have black eyes, but they look like humans, but their eyes are black. I call them Aldebaran because that is a popular expression in the New Age when it comes to that, and I don't know where they come from, and there are different types of them, but I will find out when the time comes. But they're quite scary looking. They come up and they're always dressed in black. They hate to have any colors. The negative entities, they hate colors. They want to be black all the time. That's why I don't like black anymore. I used to like black a lot, the color black, and but now I want to have colors because I see these people when they attack me, and they have these black eyes and they try to look scary to wake me up and disturb my sleep and make me anxious and so on, but it's not working so well for them at the moment, at least. So anyway, I wanted to share that. I hope that was nice, and now I want to talk about what I was supposed to talk about, and that is ringing in the ears. And the normal thing you hear when it comes to ringing in the ears is that it is your spirit guides. If you start to look at something, that's the first thing you get. They're vibrating at a higher frequency, and therefore when they approach you, you get a ring or a ping. That is not untrue, but not everything that is ringing and pinging is a spirit guide. So there is actually a difference between the ringing and pinging depending on who is coming, and that's why you can judge who is around you with just the sound of that ping or ringing sound. When you have a higher consciousness, galactic, or a more of an angel being, someone that is so high up they no longer have body. So when they approach you, then you will have a ringing, but the ringing is pleasant, and it's very, very like, you know, it's like nice music, you know, it just vibrates in your ear, and you feel that ring. It feels, you know, you feel it's beautiful, you know, even if it comes a bit stronger when they're vibrating. the vibration and the ringing is not, it doesn't feel like they want to hurt your ears. And that's something to really think about. And usually when they start to have, when they're too close to you and you start to feel their vibration, and you get that sensation of the ringing of the ears, usually it comes in a very soft fashion. Probably they control this, you know, or maybe it is like that, I don't know, but it's like a soft way when it raises up in tone and volume, and you have that ringing, and it feels good, no? You feel they're around you. But when you have a negative entity, they ping you. They can ring you, but then it's more like, almost like a phone signal sometimes. But usually they ping you. And sometimes they can actually attack you by that ping, because that ping can hurt your ear, and it also feels like a pressure sensation. So if you have any type of pressure sensation and you feel pain in the air after a ringing, it is either a negative galactic entity or a demonic entity from the astral world. And this negative galactic, they use this astral being as watchers. They are not always traveling themselves, but the astral beings can travel everywhere. And people that in certain foreign countries, like for example I think Indonesia and other places where they do a lot of black magic and practices still, and people still have understanding that magic is real. Magic is like gravity. It's just that we didn't prove in science what magic is. But magic is real, and the Cabal practice magic, and they know very well what magic can do. But magic is nothing strange. It is like gravity. It's like a natural law. We just haven't deciphered how it works, because it works out of it works outside of the known scientific. I don't find the right word there. The right scientific, the system, the mechanical system of the planets and everything that we can measure. This works outside of that. And probably when we talk about black matter, it's probably the physics of black matter, but I don't know, and I haven't been told that. It's just my own thinking. So to recap that, if you have nice ringing in your ears that comes in a slow tone and raises up slightly and feel pleasant, even if they can get a bit loud, then you can be sure you have someone that is there that cares for you. If you have a very high ringtone, or especially if you have a push of your eardrums, you can feel the eardrum getting pushed and the ping, and you get pain, then as I said, you have a demonic entity, usually a watcher. And you can notice that, because when you do things that they don't like, they ping you, because they get so frustrated. And sometimes they can attack you, so you lose balance. When my attacks were the worst, I was out walking, because they didn't let me sleep. They were attacking me 24 hours a day for 4 weeks. So I slept only a couple of hours here and there when I passed out. And they can inflict pain in you. And I will describe that when we come to that. I will not go into that now, but they can work with your nervous system, and they can make pain for you, like you're cutting yourself or doing something, but you're not cutting yourself. They're just focusing energy basically on your nervous system and provoking a sensation. And usually they do this by sending the image of a knife in the same time, so you associate it with a knife, and the pain is similar to a knife, so you are building up the energy. So, and that is where we go into spiritual fighting. How do you fight this? And I got help from Lyra, and they taught me a lot, very little compared to what you need to know, and I'm not sufficient to stand on my own feet against this. If I didn't have protection, I would not make it. So, but for now it's good. So that's what I want to talk about, because I published this video, and my intention was to just give it to the world. And I don't want to be public. I I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to really be known for this. I have many things I want in my life, and I'm chasing something now that I've been dreaming for a long time ago, and that's what I want to achieve. But I know that this is also something that I'm meant to deal with, and I'm here for this, so I have to do it. So I'm doing it, and I didn't think through everything when I published the first video. I didn't look at all aspects because I just wanted to share it with certain groups and people that are interested in this. And then I realized that people, they will not listen to a message if they don't find the message stable. They will not go, and if they have a place to go and see where it is and so on, they can resonate better with the message. I know what I'm saying, I know it's true, but for someone that have no experience, and if, as I told you last time, if someone would have told me any of this 2 years ago, I wouldn't have laughed because I'm an open mind, but I wouldn't have believed them. And the only thing that have changed now is that society is changing very quickly, because everything that we are going through, and the knowledge of the cabal and their spirit cooking and their feasts and their occult ideas are spreading. So people are starting to realize, like, maybe there is something that we don't perceive as normal, something that we don't think exists, but apparently these people that most obviously doesn't want us good and want us harm, they see this as beneficial, and people have opened their eyes so much these 2 years. If I had spoken about this, about demonic entities, possessions, the cabal, you know, it would not have been easy to it wouldn't have been many people who would have been listening, just say like that. So I will return with the part 2 of my series, and I will do it in a chronological order. So my awakening was very spiritual, so there will be a lot of the spiritual side maybe in the first 2-3 episodes. And if you are only interested in this because of galactics and UFOs, then you are missing something, because the spiritual side is everything. That's how they travel, that's how they think, that's how they live, and that's where we are going. We are going there with them. And so bear with me. And you also have to understand something, that this awakening is personal to me. So I have a connection with this awakening, and that's how I was awakened by them. But you will have another way that this is done. You will have your own personal way. So this is just an example when I tell you how it can be done. So don't get the impression that this is how you will wake up. You will most definitely wake up in a very different way, because you have a special plan how you are going to be woken up, you know. And if that plan fails, because you fail to wake up, there is a second plan and a second plan, and they will do everything they can to wake you up until they're screaming in your ear. So just what you will see when I tell this story, the spiritual side that I will start with next time, is how the spiritual side and spirit side, and how the galactic side, and how the higher consciousness, and how all of these things are very connected. And that's why it's so hard if you start to have telepathic communications and start to get messages. It's very hard to know who it is and what level they are, because you can only recognize the level you are on, and that's what makes it so hard. But we will get better at it, and so on. Okay, I hope this was some enjoyment, and with that being said, another time.